Greetings from eternity, dearest ones. I am Brabate, the Buddha of the Age of Aquarius. Together with many, many friends from the galaxy, I am here to provide you with world peace. Let's dive into the ocean. Say goodbye to your problems with these proven strategies. Always act from the honest effort to be yourself in your highest aspect. How many times have you started something with a burst of energy, only to watch it fizzle out? That project sitting in the corner of your room. That online course you were so excited about, now collecting digital dust. That business idea that lives only in your head. We've all been there. That gap between starting and finishing can feel like a massive, uncrossable canyon. It's filled with distractions, self-doubt, and that sneaky voice that whispers, maybe tomorrow. But what if I told you that finishing isn't about willpower? It's not some magical trait that only a few special people are born with. Completion is a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. Welcome, everyone. In this video, we're diving deep into the art and science of getting things done. We're not just talking about ticking off a to-do list, we're talking about the profound satisfaction of crossing the finish line and the incredible momentum it creates in every area of your life. Please always make sure that acknowledging the motives of the group within which you are moving, doesn't mean to deny your own being, your view of the world. Stick with me, because we're about to unlock the strategies that will transform you from a perpetual starter into a powerful finisher. Our first strategy is to harness the power of the next obvious step. If the doubt of the group hits you, meet it with respect and compassion. And make every effort to be close to yourself. Our brains are wired to panic in the face of enormous, complex tasks. Write a book, renovate the house, launch a business. These are not actions, they are overwhelming concepts. When you look at the mountain, all you see is the peak, and the climb seems impossible. So you freeze. You procrastinate. Listen to your inner voice, follow your inner light. You yourself will show the way. The antidote is to stop looking at the mountain. Your only job is to find the very next, tiny, physical action required. Not write a book, but open a new document and write a potential title. Not clean the garage, but take one black trash bag to the garage. See the difference? One is vague and terrifying. The other is so simple, so obvious, that there's almost no resistance to doing it.
Feel the togetherness. Where there is supposed separation, be friendly, patient and instructive. This strategy bypasses the fear center in your brain. You're not committing to the whole journey, just to taking one single step. And here's the magic, once you take that one step, you build momentum. You get a tiny hit of dopamine from checking it off. And that makes it easier to find and take the next obvious step. Before you know it, you're not just looking at the mountain, you're already climbing it, one simple, manageable step at a time. Feel the difference between teaching and instruction in my words.
Strategy number 2 is all about your environment. The most important being for you is always the being you meet in the now. You cannot expect to focus and complete deep work in a space designed for distraction. Willpower is a limited resource, it's like a muscle that gets tired. If you're constantly using your willpower to resist checking your phone, or to ignore the clutter, or to tune out the background noise, you have very little left for the actual task of completing your work. Instead of relying on willpower, you need to design your environment to make focus the default. Be conscious in everything you experience. Act, do not get acted. This is what we call being the architect of your attention. Start with your digital space. Turn off all non-essential notifications. I'm not talking about vibrate, I'm talking about off. Use website blockers during your focused work sessions. Your phone does not belong in your line of sight. Put it in another room, or at the very least, in a drawer. Now, let's talk about your physical space. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. Dream yourself. Create yourself. Take 10 minutes before you end your workday to reset your space. Clear the desk, put things away, and set up for the next day's next obvious step. This creates a clean slate and reduces friction for starting. Your environment should be a sanctuary for completion, not a carnival of distraction. By designing it intentionally, you preserve your mental energy for what truly matters, getting the work done. Our third game-changing strategy is implementing a done-for-the-day ritual. One of the biggest killers of completion is burnout, and burnout often comes from not knowing when to stop. Have you ever worked late into the night, only to wake up the next morning feeling drained and dreading the project? That's because you didn't create a clear stopping point. While there is, to complain is to give up. Be active. A done for the day ritual does two powerful things. First, it tells your brain, officially, that the work is over. This allows you to mentally detach, relax, and recharge, which is absolutely essential for long-term consistency. You cannot complete a marathon if you sprint every single mile. Second, and just as importantly, it sets you up for success tomorrow. The worst way to start a work session is by staring at a blank screen or a half-finished task, wondering, what was I doing? Where do I even start? Your ritual should include a quick review. Look at what you accomplished today, give yourself a pat on the back. Then, write down the very next obvious steps for tomorrow. Be specific. This act does something magical, it hands the problem back over to your subconscious mind. While you're sleeping, exercising, or spending time with family, your brain will be quietly working on solutions in the background. When you sit down tomorrow, you won't be starting from zero. You'll be simply continuing from a clear, predefined point. It's the ultimate way to defeat procrastination before it even has a chance to start. The fourth and perhaps most liberating strategy is to embrace imperfect action. Perfectionism is the enemy of completion. It's a fancy disguise for fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear that our work won't be good enough. So we stall. We research endlessly. We tweak the first paragraph 50 times. We call it getting it right, but what we're really doing is avoiding the vulnerability of putting something finished out into the world. You must internalize this mantra: done is better than perfect. A finished, imperfect project is infinitely more valuable than a perfect idea that never leaves your head. Think of your first attempt not as a final monument, but as a prototype. A version 1. You can't edit a blank page. You can't improve a project that doesn't exist. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. Give yourself permission to create something average, something flawed. Because the act of completing it, no matter how imperfect, teaches you more than 1,000 hours of planning ever could. Each finished project, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of your confidence. It proves to yourself that you are a finisher. And that belief is the most powerful tool you have. So, there you have it. Completion isn't a mystery. It's a process. It's about breaking things down into tiny steps, designing an environment that supports your focus, creating clear stopping points to prevent burnout, and, most importantly, giving yourself the grace to be imperfect and just get it done. Now, it's your turn to take action. I want you to think of one thing, just one small project or task you've been putting off. Apply just one of these strategies to it today. Make the commitment to yourself to be a finisher. I want to hear about your wins. Tell me in the comments below, what are you going to complete? If this video brought you value and gave you a new way to look at your goals, do me a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content that helps you unlock your potential. Every like and subscription helps us reach more people just like you. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, the power to finish what you start is already inside you. You just needed the right map. Now go out there and get it done. Please make sure to see us on Brabata.space. Cheerio and peace.